Here's your wrestling news for March 10th, 2022. And your headlines for today include Jeff Hardy debuts on AEW Dynamite, WWE is already taking revenge. Keith Lee match and more booked for AEW Rampage this week. Ring of Honor staffers believe they will soon be out of work. Bron Breakker was told to smile more backstage at WWE Raw. Kurt Angle's brother Eric diagnosed with kidney cancer. AEW wrestler will have a role in Young Rock Season 2. Bryan Danielson comments on Sami Zayn's feud with Johnny Knoxville. I swear they didn't tell me. Rey Mysterio on how he found out he was the cover star of WWE 2K22. Gail Kim confirms she will not return to the ring. WWE star wants to see Natalya inducted into Hall of Fame, and more. We're kicking off today with AEW, and after months of speculation and rumors, Jeff Hardy is officially with the All Elite company. During last night's Dynamite, an in-ring segment between Matt Hardy, the Hardy family office, and Andrade El Idolo resulted in everyone turning on Matt, who would have been on the receiving end of a steel chair had Sting and Darby Allin not made the save. Even with the Icon and the former TNT champion, there were still too many men for the faces to overcome, but that's when Jeff debuted using the original Hardy Boys theme song. After making the save and hitting a swanton bomb, Matt and Jeff had a long stare down with Sting and Darby Allin as the crowd continued to roar with excitement. For anyone wondering, the Hardy Boys theme used by WWE for years isn't actually owned by the company, which meant AEW were able to use it for Jeff's debut last night. While Hardy had previously claimed he was going to AEW, he had taken his comment back, saying that it was only what he wanted to happen and wasn't under a contract with the company. That said, the signs for Jeff's arrival were there, as in a recent interview with the Chicago Tribune he said, I'm still legally under a contract with WWE until next Wednesday, March 9th. Strange thing about that is, you know what happens on Wednesday. Jeff joining AEW is something fans have wanted to see even before his December 2021 release from WWE, and something WWE had tried to prevent when they tried to bring him back with the offer of a Hall of Fame induction. But now, the Hardy Boys are reunited, but now in AEW. After this week's Dynamite, AEW taped this Friday's edition of Rampage, and we know the show will feature Keith Lee. Taped immediately after Dynamite, it's been announced that Lee will be in action and will take on QT Marshall during this Friday's show. We won't spoil the result of this match, but after losing in Revolution's Face of the Revolution ladder match, the Limitless One is looking to get back on track after what some have called a shaky start to his AEW career. Now last week, AEW President Tony Khan confirmed that he has bought Ring of Honor in one of the biggest shakeups in recent decades. Tony Khan has said that he has big plans for ROH, which will reportedly serve as a developmental promotion for AEW, but whatever Khan has planned, they don't involve many currently working for Ring of Honor. That's according to sources within ROH who spoke to SE Scoops, and those who spoke out said they don't believe many, if any, of the staff will be brought back under Khan's ownership. Many have been encouraged to explore other job opportunities, whilst others were told to consider transferring to other departments within Sinclair Broadcasting before Khan takes the reins. With rumors of Khan wanting to set up an AEW streaming service, the fate of the Honor Club streaming service is also in limbo, as it stands to reason that Khan could put ROH's content on his own service. ROH will meet with AEW officials soon to determine the future of the Honor Club and whether it will survive Khan's takeover of the company. If AEW doesn't form their own streaming service, it's expected that the promotion's content will come to HBO Max, but there's no word on if Ring of Honor content would follow. Whatever the future holds, staff are scared that they'll be out of a job soon, and we'll have to see who's operating things for Tony Khan's ROH when the show returns to our screens. Ring of Honor's staff may believe they'll soon be out of a job, but Miro won't have to worry about anything like that as he's re-signed with AEW. Fightful Select report that the former TNT champion signed a new 4-year contract extension, and Miro confirmed the news during an interview with Kurt Angle. Miro hasn't wrestled since last November, where he lost to Bryan Danielson at Full Gear and had been out with a hamstring injury. Word is that he's been cleared for a return for quite a while, but there's no news on when he'll be back. But the Bulgarian wrestler will be with AEW for the foreseeable future. Over to WWE, as last year a video segment showed Elias burning his guitar, signifying a great change that was coming for his character. That change is yet to manifest on TV, as we're yet to see the former 24/7 champion, with his last match being on the July 19th edition of Raw. That last match was against Jackson Ryker, who's since been released from WWE, and on the two-man power trip of wrestling, Ryker said he couldn't understand why Elias has gone unused for close to a year. Ryker said that whether he was a face or a heel, fans loved Elias, saying he's a character they can latch onto, and that he doesn't know what WWE has planned for him. WWE did once have a plan for Elias's new gimmick, but it was scrapped after being determined too similar to Macho Man Randy Savage, and we'll just have to keep waiting to see what WWE has in store, if anything, for Elias. NXT 2.0 next, as Bron Breakker lost the NXT title this week in the biggest setback to date for the second-generation superstar. On the latest Raw, Breakker made his Red Brand debut, teaming with Tommaso Ciampa to defeat Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, but this came with some unique advice. Speaking to the One-on-One podcast about his backstage experience on Raw, Breakker was asked what advice stood out to him and responded saying, "Probably smile more. Everyone is telling me that. It's one of those, I'm just not sure if I've been coached up on that thus far. It's another thing that I have to work on and figure out how to make it my own and make it unique in my own way. I got so many coaching points and things to learn from that experience, so many things I can take away to be part of that." After losing the NXT title to Ziggler, Breakker doesn't have much to be smiling about, but perhaps he'll flash those pearly whites should he be chosen to appear on next week's edition of Monday Night Raw. Now, last month we reported on Eric Angle, the brother of Kurt Angle, who at the time was in need of a kidney transplant. We now have an update on Eric's condition, and it's unfortunately bad news for the Olympic gold medalist's brother. This week, Kurt disclosed that his brother is battling kidney cancer, which is why he's in need of a transplant, but Kurt is sadly not a match. In his statement, Kurt called on a truly selfless person to step forward and give his brother a second chance at life, and we're continuing to send our best to the Angle family at this time. More from AEW, as Chavo Guerrero has a complicated relationship with the company right now, thanks to his work on the latest season of Young Rock. Chavo's profile was removed from AEW's website whilst he was working as a wrestling coordinator for the hit NBC series, but Chavo isn't the only star from Tony Khan's company who will be involved. Speaking to Wrestling Inc., Guerrero discussed his work on the show chronicling the life of Dwayne Johnson and said a male AEW wrestler will be on the next season. "I don't think I can talk about it yet, but for Young Rock Season 2, I helped cast a guy from AEW on it. I won't say a name yet, but he played a great part and he was awesome." Chavo didn't give any hints as to which wrestler will be involved for the show, but fans will have to keep an eye out for any wrestlers who suddenly vanish from AEW programming. At WrestleMania 38, Sami Zayn will face Johnny Knoxville in one of the highest profile bouts across the entire two-night event. While some fans aren't happy about Zayn being in the celebrity match, Zayn's comedic timing has made the angle work, at least that's what Bryan Danielson believes. Speaking to the Metro newspaper, Danielson discussed Zayn's transformation from plucky underdog to paranoid villain and compared their two careers. "Anything. Whether it's funny, like the Team Hell No stuff, we were able to create an interesting level of depth. I think Sami, when he and I have talked about, he likes things that he can really sink his teeth into. Whether that's a proverbial 5-star match or whether that's being a conspiracy theorist, he just wants something to sink his teeth." A star from Jackass may not be who fans may first think of when they discuss a dream opponent for Sami Zayn, but the former Intercontinental Champion continues to make it work and is in a much higher position than dozens of current superstars because of his dedication to his newest role. This week, WWE 2K22 finally released, with the Deluxe Edition already available and the Standard Edition launching tomorrow. This year's game will feature a showcase mode all about Rey Mysterio, who also serves as the cover star for the game. In an interview with Complex, Rey recalled being made the cover star, saying, "So WWE first approached me in regards to doing some promotional work for the game. I guess I didn't understand it right off the bat, but I swear they didn't tell me that I was going to be on the cover of the game or that it was going to be based around me. But slowly, I was shooting and doing promotions, the bomb just hit, and they were like, 'You know, this is based on you. You're the cover of the game this year.' I was like, 'Oh, no way. Damn, that's cool. That's dope.' I've been a part of covers with other superstars, but I've never been the face of a video game. So it's an honor, a complete honor, and it's a blessing to be in this industry for almost 32 years and have a showcase around me. I guess I really didn't think at the time that I was going to be the image they wanted. The closest thing to this was when I was in the commercial for WWE 2K19. I thought that was pretty cool, but this topped it. Being the face of WWE 2K22 is the ultimate. With his unique look, Mysterio certainly makes for an excellent cover of WWE 2K22, and with WWE considering this a make-or-break game for their relationship with 2K, Mysterio could easily be the last cover star of the franchise if the reviews don't live up to WWE's lofty expectations. Over to Impact, as Gail Kim is one of the company's Hall of Famers and the very first Knockouts champion, and recently returned to the company. Speaking to Christy Hemme, Kim confirmed that she's back with Impact in a backstage role, but that she'll remain behind the scenes for this latest run. When discussing her career, Gail Kim said that she will never wrestle again and that she now likes to produce matches rather than compete in them. Though she admitted she gets the itch to wrestle again, the former champion said her body is a constant reminder that she can't get back in the ring. Gail explained that at this point, there's too many things to worry about should she get back in the ring, and is happy with her career ending the way it did. After calling Vince McMahon literally Satan in the past, don't expect Gail Kim to have any role with WWE in or out of the ring, but the former women's champion is ecstatic to be back with Impact, even if she'll never lace up her wrestling boots again. On April 1st, WWE will induct its latest class of legends into their Hall of Fame. So far, The Undertaker and Big Van Vader are the only two names confirmed, but rumors have circulated that the Steiner brothers and Psycho Sid will also be given the nod in the coming weeks. So far, no women have been rumored for this year's class of Hall of Famers, but 24/7 champion Dana Brooke has an interesting idea of who should be next. When asked by NBC5 Chicago, Brooke said that Natalya should be the next inductee, despite being an active wrestler on WWE's roster. Brooke praised the Canadian's veteran status, as she's one of the longest-tenured superstars on the main roster, and added that Natalya's work helping both the current and previous roster of female superstars makes her an ideal candidate for the role. WWE does have one example of an active performer being inducted, as Ric Flair was still on the roster when he was inducted in 2008, a day before his WrestleMania 24 retirement match. With several championships and Guinness World Records to her name, Natalya will almost certainly be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame one day, but as far as Dana Brooke is concerned, the Queen of Hearts has been waiting long enough. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.